So I'm not gonna lie right now, I can't really see super well because of all the sun, but so hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy Prokopis. I am the author of the young adult novel The Arena, and I have a young adult urban fantasy coming out in the fall called Guardians of the Sixth Gate. It'll be the start of a new series, so that's me. Yeah. So the entire reason for this video is that for the first time ever, I'm doing NaNoWriMo. I've never done NaNoWriMo before. In this case, I'm specifically doing Camp NaNoWriMo for July. So I don't know, a lot of you guys in the writing community will be really familiar with NaNoWriMo. It stands for National Novel Writing Month, which is in November, but they have expanded a lot over the years. So they also have some like other months where they do different events, specifically camp, which happens in April and July. And it normally doesn't line up well for me to do any of my projects. I'm not usually like in the drafting phase or like writing a ton during those times just because of the way my work schedule works out. But this year, I'm kind of in a place with my work in progress, which is not Guardians of the Sixth Gate, where I can actually like draft out the first draft of this novel. So this is my announcement video, which is crazy. So what I'm working on right now, this week I'm finalizing my outline, and I'm outlining the second book in the Guardian series. So the book that comes after Guardians of the Sixth Gate, it'll be the sequel. The way that I have the entire series worked out, there will be 3 novels total. Oh my gosh, we just got cloud cover, so now I can see. So this will be the second novel in this series, which I'm really excited for. I love this series and these characters so much. I hope you guys will love it too. So for July, for Camp NaNoWriMo, I'm going to draft book 1. Or not book 1, oh my gosh. I'm going to draft 1 of the second book for the Guardian series. So that's what I'm working on for Camp NaNoWriMo July. My plan is to give you guys some updates as I go. So hopefully, I don't think I'll be able to do weekly updates just because I do have a couple like vacation trips planned for July that I'm going to have to be working around. So hopefully all of this will work out and I can get my writing goal done for Camp NaNoWriMo. Camp NaNoWriMo is different than the November NaNoWriMo. So for camp, you can set your own word count goal. I've never worked with like word count goals in my life. I usually work by chapter, as I've like kind of outlined loosely. I'm a pantser, so I don't really outline. Although for this novel, it's the first time I've successfully outlined a book, which is crazy. So the plan is to do 50 for Camp NaNoWriMo. My writing goal is 50K, 50,000 words. I think that this second book is actually going to be a lot longer than that. I think for sure it'll be longer than Guardians of the Sixth Gate. So it'll probably end up being more than that. So my goal for Camp NaNoWriMo July is 50K. But my personal goal is to finish the entire first draft of book 2 in July. We'll see how that goes. I think I'll hit 50K. I don't know how close I'll be to finishing the draft. But that's the goal. So just for fun, because a while back I made a video all about my outlining process. That hasn't really changed. I still use the 7-point plot method, but I've actually changed the way that I structure it, and that's what made the difference for me. So that's how I completed my first ever start to finish outline, because it's already really tight. The plan is to get it as tight and as finished and polished as I can by Friday of this week. Friday, I'm also announcing the publication date for Guardians of the Six Gates. So the actual date that it is going to be published, which is super exciting. So make sure that you follow me on all of my social media. That's in the description box. That way you'll see when that official date launches. So just because I thought it would be fun to show you guys what's changed from my plotting method or my outlining method, because it's really hot out here and the sun keeps doing weird things, let's move back inside to my workspace for this week, and let's talk about outlining. So let's do that. Okay, so for my outlining, I've always used, or at least I guess the last few books, ever since I started publishing them anyway, I use the 7-point plot structure. I have a post about this actually on my website. So here's the website right here, amyprokopis.com. You can find my explanation along with the last video I posted all about the 7-point plot structure. That's the plot structure I use. So just to give you kind of the gist of it, point one is the hook, which is what sets the scene, characters, their motivations, and then there's plot point 2. No, it's plot turn 1. Sorry. Plot turn 1 is number 2, which is the inciting incident for a lot of us that follow act structure or plot mountain. This is the main event that sets the entire plot in motion. So this will be your main conflict. 3 is pinch point 1. So this is external conflict that introduces the bad guy. The way that I think about it, or at least the way that I've been thinking about it with my current work in progress with book 2 for the Guardian series, it's usually your character drama. It's the subplot. At least for me, I think of it as subplot. 4 is the midpoint, so it's the top of your mountain. Some major event happens that changes the original strategy. Characters go from reaction to taking action. 5 is pinch point 2. So this is another subplot point. The major plot takes a turn for the worst. All seems lost. Plot turn 2, which is where the protagonists or your good guys discover something that helps resolve the major conflict. So this is the major plot. And then there's 7, which is the resolution. And of course, the resolution is main plot issue is resolved. If there are any loose ends, so things that'll come up in a sequel, you need to make sure to reference them in some way here, or hint. This is where your cliffhanger might come in if you're going into a sequel or a book 2 or 3. But yeah, pretty much that's the 7-point plot structure. And I've always followed that. And in the past, I've had a Google Doc where I fill in all those plot points. But I've never finished an outline. So I would start with the plot structure. I would get maybe to the midpoint. Usually I didn't even get to the midpoint of the outline before I called it quits and started writing the draft. In this case, with the second book in the Guardian series, I have been able to do the entire outline. And it's because instead of doing it in a Google Doc, I put it in Google Slides. So every one of those points will have a slide. So there's 7 slides. And I'll put the general at the top. This is the hook for this book. And then included underneath, I'll put all of my notes, my tidbits, references to the scenes that need to happen around this time in the book. And then I'll go on to the next one, slide 2, plot turn 1. Here is the first plot event. here's all the scenes, here's what the characters are doing along the way, things I shouldn't forget. So putting them in those slides has helped me keep a little better organized, and seeing them one point at a time like that, nice and big, and being able to just info dump all of my notes has been super helpful. And I think that's been the key piece in me completing any outline. So that's how my outlining has worked, at least for this project for Camp Nanowrimo July. So thankfully, that's working out for me really well. And I should be completely finished with this outline by Friday. I'm mostly finished right now. Actually, if I wanted to, I would feel kind of comfortable saying like, this is good and let's go draft, but that's also in part maybe the pantser in me. So I'm gonna go through my outline a couple more times just so I feel a little bit better about where it is. And then starting next week, because that starts Camp Nanowrimo July, I'm going to start drafting book 2. So that's my project. Yes. So, I don't know. I hope that was interesting. I tried a couple new things with this video, but basically that's it. So I'm super excited. If you are also doing Camp NaNoWriMo in July, let me know in the comments below. I'll follow you. You can follow me. For the time being, if you want to see how my journey is going with this and other bookish related things like my YouTube series, Wednesdays with Writers, where I sit and chat with other writers on Zoom and post it here on Wednesdays. You can also follow any of my other bookish announcements, like for Guardians of the Sixth Gate, which comes out in the fall. This Friday, I'm announcing the official publication date. So if you want to be included in that, you need to be following me here. So make sure to like and subscribe. And in the description box, you can find all of my social media. I am super active on my TikTok these days. I post a couple times every single day. And I'm also fairly active on Instagram. I post more of my like day-to-day, how my day's going in Instagram stories. So you can find all of those things there. And if you want to see all of the dates and updates to this point, along with like all of my videos in one place for Guardians of the Sixth Gate, you can do that on my website. So thanks for joining me today, guys. I'm super excited to finally be doing NaNoWriMo. I've always wanted to do this, so we'll see how it goes. I feel really excited for it though, and I've got high hopes. So that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.